What is up, guys? Thank you for checking out another GuidoStackin video. I really appreciate that, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and definitely hit that notification bell for more videos on precious metals, coins, and all things metal. So anyways, guys, we've got silver on the move again, getting close to $26 per ounce. And the premiums, man, the premiums, they are going up big time. Eagles are like plus $4 on top of spot. We got maples that are about $3.50 over spot, and generic that's like $2, $2.50. Crazy. We haven't seen these premiums since pretty much March, when silver took a nasty hit along with gold. The first beginnings of COVID, when silver dropped down into the $12 range. So right now, more than ever, it's probably really important to know what silver to buy. And there's been tons of temptation that these dealers are just pumping out to us. We got the Wolverine coin that when it was first released, it was like $40. We got the Pac-Man coin that was like $35. And we got some major releases coming up. We got the second release from the Tuvalu Greek Gods series. That's going to be another big release. And a lot of new series. More than I've ever seen in the premiums. More than I've ever seen on these coins. Usually they start off, you know, at a little bit of a premium, but not like it's been like plus 10 on these coins, these new releases, and it's been insane. So you got to really limit yourself to how many of these series you really want to get into. And it's kind of a good idea for you guys to find out how long a series is going to be, right? If you commit yourself to a series, you know, and you're paying these massive premiums, you really should know if it's going to be a long haul series or if it's going to be a short one. For an example, the Greek God series, I think it's like a 5-coin series, maybe even less than that. So that's not bad if you get committed to that. It's a short series. But then you got the Royal Fortune. They're going to do a third release. We don't know how long that series is going to end up being. We got the Marvel series. We don't know how long that series is going to end up being. They're on like their 8th release. We got the Bart Simpson series. That one's on its like 6th release. So really start to pay attention to how many of these coins are going to be released. Unless you have the intention of flipping. And then at that point, to be honest with you, you'd probably want to buy maybe the first 3 releases of a series and then call it quits. Because more than likely, these series will start to die out towards the end. Very seldom do we see a series start to get hot towards the end. I mean, there's been a couple. The Zombuk series was kind of like dull in the middle. They were kind of popular when they were first released, got really dull midway through the series, and then got super hot again when the series ended. And they're still pretty hot now that the series is over. So you really got to feel it out. But with these premiums, you know, if you don't have a lot of silver and you want to accumulate more silver, then I really, to be honest with you, would stay away from that stuff and be as diligent as you can and buy whatever you can that doesn't have these massive premiums like these new releases that we've been getting. So you got to really be disciplined, especially now, because like I said, there's a new release every week, it feels. It's crazy. So, but if you're a new stacker, you know, it's probably crazy for you right now knowing what to buy, what silver to buy. And as you guys know, I work in an LCS, and we've been getting a lot of new customers because a lot more people are getting smart. Let's put it that way. With the money being printed, the stimulus packages coming out, and I mean, there's going to be a good amount of inflation, and a lot of people are trying to lock up their cash into precious metals and getting into it. And some people come in and they go straight for gold. Some people come in, they go straight for silver. And you really should have both. But if silver is more feasible for whatever you want to put into your portfolio, then the silver you should be buying should be considered by 3 different categories. And this is what I do. The popularity, which is also, you could also say the recognizability, the price, and the longevity. So what do I mean by longevity? Well, we have constitutional silver or junk silver, however you want to call it. This has been around forever, right? Really long time. And if you want to pass this stuff down to your kids, you know, or to your grandkids, whatever your plans are, this is going to be recognized instantly. This is still going to be around 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now. It's still going to be recognized. You cannot say the same for coins like this, like the Zombucks, right? The series is over. They're not making them anymore. The South Korean stuff, right? Any of these semi-numismatic coins, all those new releases that are coming out, like I just mentioned, the Marvel series, I mean, any of these, you cannot say the same. We don't know what's going to happen with them. And what ends up happening over time is that these coins get forgotten and they get relegated. I've mentioned this in other videos, but I'm going to reiterate, especially now with a lot of new people coming in. They get relegated to generic silver. So if you don't have the means to sell privately, I mean, if you try on eBay, you're talking 13% you're going to lose between eBay and PayPal, 13% plus shipping. So I don't know what kind of margins you're going to be working with, but probably not being able to cover 13% and still make a profit. So if you can't sell privately, you have to go to an LCS. And if you don't have an LCS near you or anywhere to sell, then what are your options, right? So when you go to an LCS and you bring this stuff, this semi-numismatic stuff, even now while they're hot and people know what they are only going to offer you spot or below spot, right? Now, they probably would offer you a little bit more because these are government-backed. They're not necessarily generic. They're semi-numismatic. But if you're paying $30 out the gate and then you're going to an LCS and they're offering you spot, you're already losing a good chunk of change per coin. Now, if you do generic, right, you buy this generic stuff, that is going to be bought for $1 under spot. Guaranteed, $1 under spot. And eventually, like I mentioned, even though it's government-backed and all this stuff, if I go to sell this 10 years from now at LCS, it's probably going to get put into the same category as this generic stuff for $1 less under spot. So you're already starting off on the wrong foot. So what exactly do you buy? Like I said, you got constitutional, that's kind of expensive now. The going price is about $19.25 per dollar. That's about the standard right now. I mean, it's going to fluctuate, but that's pretty much what it is. If you go to an LCS, they'll probably offer you $1 less. So maybe $18.25 per dollar. So you lose about $1 every single dollar that you buy worth of the constitutional. But the main purpose of it, the best part about it, is that it's going to be recognized for a long time. It's got that longevity. It's not that expensive. You're not losing that much money. Then there's 10-ounce bars. I absolutely love 10-ounce bars. I'm a firm believer in the 10-ounce bars. And once again, the first thing, as soon as the demand started going up, as soon as the price started going up of silver, the 10-ounce bars were the first ones to start going up in premium, to start disappearing, becoming out of stock. 10-ounce bars is what a lot of the new investors, that when they come out of the stock market, or if they have liquid cash that they want to put into metal, that's usually what they're buying. They're buying the 10-ounce bars. So that is usually the first signal to the rest of the silver. You know, the 5-ounce bars, the 1-ounce bars, the other coins, the 10-ounce is the leader. It's the first one. So I recommend the 10-ounce bars. They're very liquid, they're affordable, and it's a nice chunk of change that you can get into cash if you decide to sell, or if you need money because of whatever reason. It's a good chunk of change. Instead of selling, 10, 20 coins, that might take a little while, or You know, you have to ship them to 10 different people. A nice chunk of change. So now, even with the 10-ounce bars, though, I don't know if you noticed, but these started getting a crazy premium. At one point, they were up over $30 an ounce, over $300. They're crazy. These are the Royal Canadian Mint 10-ounce bars. Then you got the Sunshine Mint bars. At one point, these were 79 cents over spot. You used to be able to find them all day long for like $1.25 over spot. Now these are, they got a premium now. It's $27.90, somewhere in there. So they're getting expensive. Everything is. So, and then you got the Eagles. They're like $4 or $5 over spot, like I mentioned. But when you go to sell Eagles back to an LCS, you're going to get better money back. You're going to probably get $2 over spot versus $1 under spot with a lot of the generic stuff, right? So another alternative is the Maples. Maples are about $28, $29 right now. They're a better buy than the Eagles, in my opinion. And they have sold over 21 million or 2 million, something like that. 2.1 million Eagles already in January. Something ridiculous. Not 21 million. 2.1 million in the month of January. Crazy. And guess what that's going to do? That is going to jack the prices up again. The same thing that happened with the 2020 Eagles that everyone thought were going to be a limited mintage and collectible. They made the most 2020 Eagles out of all the Eagles. Crazy. So don't get sucked into that. Eagles are not always the best buy, and they're getting close to not being a good buy at all. So make sure you're paying attention. The cheapest generic piece of silver that I saw was like $27.90 or something. If you go on findbullionprices.com, it shows you the breakdown of all the dealers online, the cheapest silver you can find, the cheapest Eagles, etc., etc. And the cheapest one I saw was about $27.90 for generic. So just like I said, guys, pay attention and buy stuff that people are going to want to buy from you. So the popular stuff, you know, if you're going to go and sell this generic stuff privately, people are probably going to want a deal out of you. They're not going to buy it for the retail price because it's generic. So keep that in mind. Whereas Eagles, you could actually compete somewhat with the dealers. You could go like 10 cents less, 50 cents less on the Eagles, and people will buy. Whereas the generic stuff, you have to go like $2 less in order to get some buyers. So keep that all in mind. And if you are brand new and you want to accumulate silver, start doing it now. Because I have a feeling the last time the premiums were this high, silver went on a little bit of a bull run. And I could see silver going up a lot more along with gold. I think they're both very undervalued considering what's going on in the world. So I think there will be a nice bull run for both metals. So make sure you get in there and try and stay away from this stuff, especially if you're starting out. You know, even though it's a healthy hobby and you could buy worse things like a video game, especially like the sports video games, and after a year, you have to buy the new one and then the old one's worthless. So there could be worse things, you know, at least this is silver. But my recommendation, 10-ounce bars, Scottsdale Stackers, Sunshine Mint, RCM, and I would stay away from those weird companies, those weird mints, like A-Mark, NTR, and the one with like the Morgan on there, or the gimmicky 10-ounce bars. I would stay away from that stuff because they have a premium and they're pretty much generic. Like, nobody knows what they are, and they probably won't after like a couple years. So stick with this stuff. Sunshine Mint's going to be around for a long time. RCM is going to be, Royal Canadian Mint's going to be around for a long time. And these are desirable, and so are these. And the best part is they have a security feature. So those, I recommend both of those. Highly recommend both of those. So junk silver, whenever you can find a good deal, buy it. Around $19.25 per dollar. So 4 quarters, 10 dimes, 2 half dollars, $19.25. That's the going price right now from what I've seen. It could change, could fluctuate, but right around there is the going price. If you have an LCS near you, I would suggest going there because most of the time LCSs will sell their constitutional or junk silver for much cheaper than the online dealers. So, anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. I would stay away from the Eagles for a while. I don't know. I just feel like it's too much of a premium, and I think it's going to get worse as the year goes on. As you know, they're going to change the design of the eagle after the first quarter. So after, April or March, they're going to switch to the new eagle design. And like I said, just in January alone, they've sold over 2 million, and that is going to jack up the price big time, the premiums. And I guarantee you the premiums on the new release, when they change the design, is going to be through the roof. Don't panic. Get a couple. If you really feel like they're going to sell out, they're going to be some sort of key date. I don't know. I feel like they are minting a ton of them. But it's always good to have Eagles. But I don't know how much of a premium I would pay. Right now, Eagles are not a buy for me. This is like the second time in the last 7 months that I just stopped buying Eagles. They're just too much money. You got better alternatives. You got the kangaroo from Australia that are pretty cheap. You can find them cheap. The Britannias, which they're starting to go up too now. The Maples. There's better government-backed silver that you can buy. That's a better deal right now than the Eagles. All that hype around the Eagles is driving the prices up. Do not panic. Wait for a good time. They will throw up sales every once in a while if you're patient enough. I bought the 2020 Eagles at their height for cheaper than what they're going for now. So just be patient. All right? Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.